And direct, how y'all doing out there?
Hey, we have today, I am your host, Angie A. Love, and we have the amazing BORNRICH.
Yes.
We have Miss OVITA in the building right now. So we're going to talk about a lot of different things that's going on. Obviously, well known, doing a lot of things. Let's talk about the book. He's got his book, entrepreneur, clothing line, sell cars, signed to Rough Riders, doing a variety of different things. So our producers obviously asked you, what's your inspo word? And he chose God. Let's talk about why you chose God and why God is obviously the inspiration.
Because God saved my life, and for me, getting to knowing who the creator, who created me, who got me on this earth while I'm here, I got to give him all the glory and praise. So he's top notch in my life. Like, he woke me up this morning. He got me where I'm at, even when I ain't even understand or know who's waking me up.
Right.
At a point where some people probably be watching right now, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, because I know how I was. But I would tell y'all, it is God. Jesus died on the cross for our sins. The Holy Spirit had leaded me into being a great man. The Holy Spirit been my greatest mentor.
Yes.
I've used my pastor to teach me things. And I'm just excited. I'm just excited to give Bill Winston, big shout out to Bill Winston. Excited to just give God all the glory and praise. And, if I'm going to be honest, I just got to, have a meaning behind it. Big shout out to my dad. My dad was a great supporter.
Wow.
But I never had really a man talk to really with him, because he was moving fast. He was kind of in the streets, and he was moving fast in the streets. He, had several women and used to race cars and had so much going on. Well, maybe his dad was like that.
It's good that you mentioned that, because a lot of people don't have their fathers in their life.
Yes.
And when they get successful, obviously it took a lot of trials and tribulations to get to where they are, in the streets, in drugs, jail, you name it. Yes. But you obviously recognize, hey, my dad was there. He had a lot of things going on, but he was there. Yeah. And as a, I
love that.
And that's big, obviously.
Yes.
So how did you get into, obviously, being signed to Rough Riders? What was that journey like?
Oh, you know what? I had got a call. Big shout out to Soulja Boy, because I manage Hood Trophy as artist. And Soulja Boy gave me a call. Well, Hood Trophy, I met Hood Trophy first. We was on Instagram going back and forth. And he was signed to Soulja Boy. So I got a chance to speak to Soulja Boy. And Soulja Boy told me to help him blow his artist up in Chicago. And I took his artist, blew him up in Chicago, had him with me. Picked him up from the airport. He was riding with me in Chicago. Took him different places, but I made sure that he was in the right location at the place he stayed.
Okay.
So I took him to Old Brook, make sure he wanted to stay downtown. When I got him, his name Hood Trophy. So
Hood Trophy.
Your name really matters.
Technically.
So he was like, man, I want to stay this way. I was like, no. I'm responsible for you getting off that plane.
Right.
And I gotta and I think he felt that hearted, but he was young. This was probably 3 years ago. So he was younger than what he is now. But I ended up getting him, and I was like, I'm gonna make sure you're straight. I'm gonna take you to Old Brook, because this is his first time ever coming to Chicago.
We'll take him in good areas, right? Chicago, shout out Chicago. But obviously we have some bad areas, but Old Brook is obviously a good area, So that was a smart idea to bring him there. You want to see the good part of us.
It's a beautiful area.
So I ended up taking him down, and from there, I will make a long story short on that. From there, we ended up growing a bond, and it was he felt the heart of what I did for him. And we ended up growing a bond, and Soulja Boy ended up reaching out to Rough Riders. And before that, because it's deep, before that, I ended up having his artists with me for a year, rolling around Chicago.
Wow.
He's flying back and forth in Chicago, and then I ended up talking with Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy asked me what I want, and I told him I don't need no money. All I want you to do is be on the second cover of my magazine. And he got on the second cover of my magazine.
Shout out Soulja Boy on that. Definitely shout him out for sure.
So he got on the cover of my magazine with his artist, and it was history after that. We grew a bond, and when I fly to LA, they make sure I'm straight. I've been to Soulja Boy house. I've been around Hood Trophy a lot in different. Shout out to Twin and Real, who flew out there with me, and my wife. Well, we went places and we was around these people and great
So
people.
doing all this, have you had like any challenges with obviously being signed, you know, mentoring artists? Obviously you got the book going on,
Yes.
you got the award show going on, clothing line. So obviously you're doing a variety of different things. What challenges you think you may have faced then and even now going forward?
Probably being signed.
Being
Being
signed.
signed. Because it took a lot out of me because, you know, I never been signed to a label. So I got the understanding of and the meaning of being signed, what it mean, and how much, I won't say controlling, but how much you got to really be able to use sacrifice. That's a perfect word. Shout out to Vita, thank you, that was a perfect word. Just sacrificing and to be able to be out of your CEO status, to be able to bring different things to the table and fly out. You know, you gotta fly. It's just like the NBA. You know, these NBA players don't know when they get drafted. They don't know where they gotta go. But they
So how do you balance? How do you balance? Obviously, you know, I sing, so I get it, you know, being the label. And you hear stories about being controlled, or you hear stories about Illuminati. Have you had any of that faced to you where you had to choose, or in any instances where you feel like you got to sell your soul in any ways? Everybody talk about it. Obviously, it's always one of them things where you hear they sell their soul, they sell their soul. And the industry is like so deep.
To me before.
Wow.
It's true. It's real. It's real.
So it's real. Facing that, obviously. So do you think that may be a challenge for you? Even like, you're still in the industry. So it's like, it's not one of them things where it's just a one-time thing. Do you feel like going forward, you will have to balance certain things or just kind of be aware of people who you say obviously is not of God?
I think, okay, so the beginning of my career was my clothing line.
Okay.
One of the biggest clothing lines is where everybody wearing it.
Let's talk about the clothing line too.
So I've been before the deal even was taking place. I've been spoken to about it, and I shot it down. And I think that's where I took off the most at because of the things I had to face, and God seen the challenges where people offering you $50-60 million.
Yes.
Just knowing that you can be, if you doing what you're doing, they look at it like if you doing what you're doing in Chicago like that, hey, if we put a stamp on you, we'll put you in every state like that.
Right.
So, you know, I don't want to get too much in it, but I will say I made sure me personally had to take the same sacrifice Jesus had to take.
Absolutely.
The devil tested him on top of the mountain, you know, and just looking at situations like that, money and everything, I'd rather win souls over for God than
Bingo, I love that. You hear that, obviously. Ain't nothing like God, and God obviously is the inspo word.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the book. You got the book up, Surviving Through the Storm.
Yes.
So obviously you wrote your book. Who helped you, you know, coordinate and push it out there? You know, you got to give the shout outs.
Oh, I want to give a big shout out to DS.
Yes.
DS, because it took a lot doing this book.
Yes.
You see this?
Survive Through the Storm.
Survive Through the Storm. So let's talk about a little bit about the book, what it's about, how they can purchase it, any links they can download or any of that. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so it's on Amazon, but it's sold out on Amazon.
You hear that?
It's
sold
it's
out.
So many copies. I don't even have
Oh
a
my
copy.
God.
She was just sitting here and she was looking at Amazon. She said it's sold out on Amazon. And you know,
That's
it takes a lot to sell out on
That's
Amazon.
obviously
It's sold
amazing.
completely out on Amazon. So I would say Monday or Tuesday it should be back up on Amazon running. But you know, it's so inspiring and there's so much in this book. There's so much in this book that it can change a person's life picking it up. And I'm not just saying it because I wasn't afraid to put my life in it. Vita got a chance. Big shout out to Vita, my sister in the building with me as well.
All right.
She got a chance to read it out at the book release, and she was just presenting the book. They got a chance. Her First Lady China Diaz. They got a chance to really read the book out to the people at the book release, and I felt that amazing. And you know, just to speak about my childhood, how I grew up, you know, how I faced challenges, so many challenges, and I've been through so many things, and how I found God,
Right.
and learn how to live, learn what locations to live at, you know, because when people speak about the hood, everybody think that a person just hood because they speak about it. You can't stop your mom and daddy from putting you where they put you at.
Exactly.
So even if it's Section A, Right, Section 8 probably costs $100, but this kid has stayed in Section 8 for 18 years. On the south side of Chicago, on 79th and Racine, right where they hustle at. They shoot guns and shoot dice. But is either this kid gonna be put in a car every single day and protected by his mom and dad, took to school, come back and have to stay in the house and stay put, or this kid gonna walk to school and somehow gonna get involved. Because you're gonna meet some friends.
Pretty much. Classmates.
And them friends may, even on a block, you're gonna walk and you might meet some people because you stand on this block. So you walk out that door, even want to play ball. The person you playing ball with, y'all might be great playing ball, but that person might be a hustler, might be a dice shooter or a drug seller. But you looking at him and you like, damn, how you getting all this money? We the same age. You know, and you might just feel like you want to get involved.
Right.
And I think that was some of the things I was facing growing up.
And I always like your story in the book where he was 10 years old. I always say, because I can't imagine, my son 10, I'm telling him to wash the dishes, but he was helping putting food on the table for him and his siblings at 10 years old, and how his gambling habit started as a little child from his father involving him in that. And he had an addiction before,
I did.
and God delivered him from that. But it started from...
And y'all hear the story, obviously.
True.
Even though you don't have the book, you basically hearing the success story of how it began, obviously.
Yeah.
So obviously you signed. You got the book, right?
Yeah.
The book sold out, but obviously it's coming. It's more coming, obviously. Then you have your clothing line. Let's talk about your clothing line.
Yeah.
You know, how did you get into the whole clothing line? What was your mentality like with wanting to obviously have your own line of clothing? You're doing a variety of things, which is amazing, by the way.
Thank you so much. Like Vita said, when I was younger, my mom and dad was incarcerated together. I mean, not together in the same cell, but at the same time.
Yeah.
My mama had to do 6 months, and my daddy had to do a year. And it left us with young kids growing up in this house on Superior, walking out our door, seeing guys gamble in front of our house and guys sell drugs behind our house. And grandma coming to pick us up, me and Nandy, and taking us to school, make sure we get there. I had to really be able to take care of my family, my brothers and sisters growing up. You know, my dad, when I was like 3 years old, well, I would say like 6, I went 3, I was like 6. He put some dice in my hand and he told me to shoot them for him. So I shot the dice, and I remember just winning a lot of money. I'm thinking I'm finna pick all this money up. He ended up picking all. He ended up getting money. He telling me to pick that up, but I'm like 6, getting like $400-500 in my pocket. He probably picked up like 6,000. But I'm young, and I seen how fast that you can win money shooting dice. Off that, you know, because your dad is going to be your biggest mentor. Because you're going to look
especially as a black male. As a black male.
You know, because you're looking for, even coming out the womb, you're looking for where I'm at. So, you know what I'm saying? So you like, who would I look up to? So I did that and won, and he was trying to protect me from that. Right. He was trying to stop me from doing that afterwards, but it was too late. It was like, okay, now I'm little, and I found out how to do this. And I don't gotta say his name, but it was a guy who taught me how to shoot dice after that. And I started getting addicted to it because I started winning so much money.
Well, yeah. Gambling is addiction anyway, no matter what. Like, it's an addiction. I don't care if it's scratch off cards, you going to the bowl, casino, whatever. Like, it's an addiction, obviously. So
it's worse than a drug. So doing that within time, so I don't have to stay too much on that. Right. Within time, I turned like 14 or something like that, like 14 or something like that. And I just remember just like getting caught up, you know, just getting caught up in gambling and getting caught up in just seeing my friends having more and their parents getting high and allowing them to do so much, like they getting so much money and stuff like that. But I felt that, I didn't know I was doing wrong by even getting involved. So that's one of the things that I think a lot of people that out here that's doing things it ain't considered wrong when you don't know.
Pretty much it's the influence around you, basically. So you think it's normal, obviously.
Yeah.
Right.
It's what you know.
Pretty much. Like you said, it's exactly what you know.
It's what you know. So when you get to knowing something different, so I got to know who God was, and it took me to go to another church to get a better mentor, know how to learn how to touch and agree. This took time. This wasn't an overnight thing. This took over like 10 years. You know, I've been doing this for me. I've been doing this before I even got in the industry. At a point where God seen I was so good with people, and they were so attached to me.
Yeah.
Even in the hood, I was like 17 years old with Lamborghini Does and $100,000 at like 17 years old. And when I turned like 15, my mom got locked up, and my dad got locked up as well for indictment. And my mom was locked up because she violated her probation. And
Wow.
I had to I lose gambling so much because my dad was saying that he was having people getting us money from jail. I wanted more. So I lose that. Sometimes I go in the gas station, pump gas to get money just to go back in the dice game and win. I never took thought about like, okay, this $20 I gotta survive off. I was thinking like, I'll take that 20 and go shoot dice and make $200-300. Take $200-300 and make $2,000-3,000. So it was like that type of mindset growing up.
Right.
So I had to take care of my family in the household. I had to make sure they eat. I had to make sure I protect my brothers from being around the things I was around. Make sure they had their childhood. Taught them how to flip. Taught them how to play ball, football. 2 years ago, my little brother got killed by the police, and he was my little baby brother who I taught how to flip.
So that's obviously, hearing, just listening to your story, obviously that's had to be a challenge, right?
Yeah, it was a big challenge.
What kind of encouragement that you feel like you even had, like dealing with, obviously, obstacles around you? You were basically, in my eyes, I would look at it as survival mode, basically.
That's what I would call survival storm.
You technically, and a lot of people don't talk about this, but a lot of times we grow up in certain areas, our parents, whether they failed us or not, but you're living in a certain, I would say, poverty where this the hood or whatever neighborhood, you don't have much. And a lot of times the streets is basically the outlet, whether it's like you said, shooting dice, you basically hustling or, gang, like that's basically all you know. What encouragement, obviously you got a success story, you got a survival story. What encouragement can you give others with your storm, basically?
Learn how to live. Don't get caught up in stuff your parents probably. Okay, so when I think about, I don't blame my daddy. I don't blame my mama or none of that, because I think about my mama had a mama that knew how to teach a child. Now my daddy, I've been around him a little bit. I think, one day I did school and I got a whooping by him. So where I'm coming from is like, but I knew that he was taught from his dad a certain way. So my encouragement to people out there is, my first thing I would say is like, it's better ways you can live. If you live in the same way, if you out there stealing cars or you out there selling drugs and somebody, probably your uncle or somebody probably just got you trained like this the only way you get money, it's not. The first thing you got to do really is find a good church to go to. Find a job and just creating a lane for yourself, because it's breaking chains. I had to break some chains to be where I'm at.
You said something that's kind of an eye-opener. You don't blame your parent, your mom, or your father. A lot of people, whether they make it or don't make it in their life, all they blame is towards their parents. That a lot of times this is what their parents were taught.
Right.
And you blaming and you so angry with your parents. This is what they knew. This is what they felt was best. Even though it wasn't always right, but they did the best they can. So I love that you're not putting the blame there. You're like, I've been through this, I've been through that.
My best friend. I lost my dad at 17, so I know that you can only teach on a level. That's like me. I can teach on a level. I can teach on so many levels, because I can teach from the street side and I can teach from the kingdom.
See?
So I'd rather stay in the spirit than be in flesh. Because it's like somebody testing you. Like, remember I talked about it earlier when you said we should have had this on the podcast. A woman bipolar, we selling narcotics.
Yes.
She's blinked out. I have a wife that don't disrespect me because I respect her and we's on the same page. We've been around each other a long time. We respect each other. I respect women. I respect men.
Yes.
But when it come down to like disrespect, respect is in the Bible. You know, God said man should lead, and He said respect your husband. So even God saying respect your husband is enough for a woman to say, hey, I should respect him. And it's enough for a man to say, because it go back to a man too, he say, love your wife.
Right.
Like Jesus loved the church. So I noticed when you love a woman, she respect you. I noticed when you show her less love, she disrespect you. So loving her makes her respect you. Go back to what God said. You love your wife like Jesus loved the church. And He tells the woman, respect your husband. So I noticed the difference, like when she's disrespecting her husband, he turned up and he ready to fight because he feel unrespected. Right. And I noticed when he unlove his wife, she don't feel love. She started disrespecting him, and you know that goes hand in hand. You gotta love to get respect. You gotta respect to get love. So I learned how to do that, even being with my wife.
Right.
I love her and she respect me. So I just say, like, even being in a relationship and you confused, you going from door to door, head to head, trying to find out who love you, see where you going wrong at. You know what I'm saying? Like, see where you going wrong at too. Because sometimes we don't blame ourselves. We just like try to find a perfect person. We watch these movies, watch these movies, and we trying to see like what's the best fit. You know, these people acting, but the person who wrote it, he's seen some things. You know, to be able to write the movie. Right. So you got to be able to just learn how to find God in His Word to really be living.
How are you balancing? Obviously, you got the book, right? We're going to keep talking about the book because, it's the success part of you, right? So we're going to keep talking about it.
It's one of them.
But how are you balancing, even with the clothing line? Yeah. You also, fatherhood, all of this. Like, how are you balancing?
Host.
The awards,
rapper,
like how you balance awards with the family life and entrepreneurship, all of that. How you balance?
Understanding understanding plays a big part, and
he put his
knowing that
family.
Yes, so I always
he put his family, put God first, and then he put his family.
Yes.
Amen. She said,
and you can't go wrong. Anytime God is in there, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
God keep you there, you know. God keep you protected. They're a godly
couple. They teach their children godly ways. I can say that because I done seen.
Right.
So I've seen that he has put God first in his family, and then everything else. Being a provider and a protector, I've seen that, and I always, that's my respect has grown for him because you don't see that stuff in this industry.
No, you don't.
You don't see a man. I have never seen this man be disrespectful towards his wife. I'm something behind her back because that's what makes a difference. I have heard this man say, I don't want to embarrass my wife. And how many men have you heard say that in this industry?
I have never heard one.
Exactly.
So that's not
thirsty. I done seen them throw their booty up. Now I'm gonna be like, neglect. Get on back. I be like that. Yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? But he's such a man and so confident and such a man of God that stuff don't faze him. When I tell you my respect level grew for him, because I see too many of them just be acting like they didn't seen that one booty and go crazy, and the women is crazy. A woman say something to them, so my respect, and it's the truth. I don't gaslight, and I'm not lying. I have much respect.
That just shows he values her.
Yes.
You value her. That's a big sign that you value.
I mean, because I hear him talk about God, but I watch people, and I watched how they
pay attention to everything from day one.
I did.
Sometimes we need that love.
I promise you.
I'm proud of you. He's a young man. He ain't no old man.
I feel like as a man,
and he ain't bad looking, but this man right here, Mrs. Rich, she know,
ain't bad looking at
and
all.
his wife is beautiful. She bad. She built like a brick house. Hey, wifey.
Hey, baby.
But I love them together. I watched them hug and kiss on each other. It was just so cute. But this man right here, this is a family man. He ain't faking no funk. I'm telling you, I'm just proud of him because he's a young black man and an entrepreneur.
Thank you, Queen. I really appreciate that.
And it's big that you can sit next to him and say, you know what, I'm proud of you.
Yes.
Not many people are proud of their friends. You know, they want to compete with their friends, they want to down their friends, but you can sit here, you experience so much, and you're like, you know what, I'm proud of you. Sometimes we just need to hear that. I'm proud of you. Because sometimes, even though we feel like we're doing so much, we feel like we got to do more, we got to push more. But when you got somebody like you who's obviously right there, I'm proud of you. Keep pushing. If I think you're going to mess up, look, I'm going to get on your case. Because sometimes we need that. We need that.
I encourage it. You know, most of the guys, there's a few guys that's married that's around me, that's in the industry. When I tell you, I definitely encourage them when I see them really being great family men and being honorable men. I'm saying away from their wives.
Yes, because it's hard. It's
I mean, these women, it's temptation. These
a lot of temptation. A lot.
Yeah, they be purposely trying to get it with these men. They don't care if you got a wife, but it ain't.
And vice versa. Trust me, the men don't care.
Oh, I know,
girl.
I know.
You hear some things like Vita's telling the truth about everything she's saying. This ain't made up. This ain't scripted. I just think that when you just be the person you are and people see it, you know. I'm a man that if I made mistakes in any way, I'm able to apologize and take care.
That shows maturity.
I would tell you, like, one thing I tell a man at all time, I tell men is this: never embarrass a woman. Because guess what?
When I heard him say that, I was like, wow.
That's big, because think about it. We can forgive our men, right? Yeah. But our peers ain't.
No.
Our peers ain't. They gonna remind us. He cheated. He this. He that. He that.
I love that you saying that, Angie, because it goes back until a man I know him better. If he able to man up and do better, forgive him. But sometimes people don't forget. So only God allows.
And you know why they say that's why one of the reasons why they say don't let your family and your friends in your business, because guess what? You can forgive. Oh, they won't. Definitely. And it's that constant reminder, girl, leave him. This and that. You'll hear that in your ear.
You gotta have the right friends too.
Bingo.
And that's one thing I love.
And you got one right here.
And I love.
You got one right here.
This more of a sister, you know, than a friend, you know, because at the end of the day, our bond we have outside of the industry. But it started from somewhere, you know. I had to understand her. I had to understand the person she are. I had to be able to be obedient to do the things I have done to be able to know who she was as a person when I seen her, instead of listening to other people.
Right.
You know, but sometimes the people be the ones who divide good people, because they'll be putting a name on you. You know, and I ain't see that, and I thank God the things I've been through to be able to look at it different. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people. You know, and I know everybody ain't perfect. You know, but I want to touch base on something else too, real quick, because it was on my spirit to say it again. Men's, don't embarrass your woman. Because I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm faithful, good man.
I'm telling you this. If you can be faithful to your wife, God will bless you so much. If you take care of your wife, God will be you favor with God.
Yes.
I found. Look, she calling me right now. I found. Should I pick up while she on that? Y'all want to see some real stuff?
Let's hear
Y'all want to hear? Wait, y'all want to hear some real stuff? Baby, I'm live on air. How you doing?
Talking about you, girl.
This is a prime example, y'all. Live.
Hello? I don't know what's going on. Hello? Hey, baby, how you doing?
Yeah, his sister.
Hello. We are live.
We live right now. I'm gonna call you right back then, okay?
He up here talking about you. Okay.
And then a wonderful person, a wonderful husband.
Watch y'all laugh right now, baby, okay? Okay. And I'm gonna tell you, like, as the man, You know, because everybody talk different.
Right.
You never know what nobody been through. Some people been shot, stabbed, kidnapped, raped.
And that's why
so many things. Been in jail all their life.
Stories. Yes.
So it's different. Man was one of the first things God created. So we so close to God. The devil have divided it, and Jesus brought it back. So we back close again, just as well as a woman having a baby in her stomach right now. How she connected to the umbilical cord.
Right.
That's how connected you can be with God right now today. So I am like that with him, and I would tell men out there. I just want it's on my heart to tell you, like, don't embarrass your wife, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because you goes out. And you be around all these different people, and you taking a woman that love your dirty drawers.
I'll hear it.
Man.
Hear it
and
clear.
do anything for you. Because at the end, at the end of the day, that woman that you messing around with, she's around for something. She know you got a wife too, so she already know you gonna put a second. So she already gonna skill you and do you a certain way. That means she probably gonna mess with somebody else.
Oh yeah.
And by she doing that, you can catch something and give it to a woman you love. It can be herpes. It can be AIDS.
Yes.
It can be a disease that you can't get rid of. But what's most important? The most important thing is protect your wife.
Yes.
Because if you take those things to a woman you love, and it hurt and it kill her, you hurt for life. You scar for life. And you got a woman. If she go or something happen, you got a woman that gonna go back, leave back out your life. She ain't even gonna be in your life. She might only love that you and like that you because you had a wife.
Right.
Yeah.
You never
and
know.
that's true. That's what they do now, like the sad stuff and all the music that promotes that. You know, it doesn't promote you. You are worth having your own.
Pretty
I don't
much.
have to share. But this generation,
They don't want their own.
They
Not
don't.
this
That's
generation.
because what they're
This is
hearing.
thrill.
You know what?
It is.
What they're hearing, they don't have morals and boundaries and stuff like that because that's stripped from the songs. It's stripped from the TVs. We had songs. We had music. I had church. We had different things that put morals and values in us. The cartoons and all that stuff. All the cartoons got a lot of different sexuality in there. Got same sex. I mean, what do a cartoon that dealing with little bitty kids? Why do you have same sex in there? And you know, different things that they're exposing our kids to, which now they lack in morals and values, and we need that. And you know, so they don't know. That's why I love doing radio and having a young man talking, a young lady. We all, you know, so it's important. I really take radio, podcast, wherever we can go and we can spread. You know, stuff like that, having morals and values. It's important.
I love that you said that.
Yeah.
And I want to tap in with that. I think it started from the creator, the writer.
Exactly.
Because the writer and the creator is the one give the opportunity.
Yes,
you see what I'm saying? And you got to ask what's wrong with him. Because if you able to sit right there and create this, you know, even in the cartoons nowadays, the creator, the one who put it together.
The enemy is using.
Look at The Simpsons, for example. Who wrote The Simpsons and all this stuff coming out?
And it's happening.
And it go back into what kind of guy wrote it? Because it's like, okay, now people looking at a cartoon.
Yes.
Look at the writer.
Yes.
Like, what type of... Go Google who wrote The Simpsons and see who he is. Because this guy... Gotta be discerning. He gotta be some type. Some type of. I don't know if he a man of God or if he got some type of Cleo in him. You know what I'm saying? But then he wrote a story. He even put that Trump was gonna be the president. Everything. I think
even the airplanes falling out the sky.
Sure did.
Everything. They show you that the Simpsons been putting this stuff out.
They put a cartoon that was Puff Daddy and Trump.
What?
They put the cartoons out with Simpson got a cartoon out with Puff Daddy and Trump kicking it at a party at one of the Puffy parties. So and then they start saying Trump will get him out of jail. But I'm just saying, like, we gotta start looking at people. That's like if I write a movie and give everybody a scripture.
Right.
Start looking at the director. What who wrote the movie?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who wrote this movie? So you go to people out there, go to Google and type in Who wrote Simpson?
Right.
Who the creator? Who the writer? Look at this guy and see how check his life out. Don't look at the cartoons and say this cartoon. I had to look at this guy and say this guy look like he
see what his mentality is.
This guy look
starts
like
there. That's where it starts.
Exactly. So we got, and it shows you leadership, like just taking people and we blame the cartoon out.
Yeah.
These people putting it out, and they've been putting it out for the last 45 years. I've always been a Simpson head coming from school, but I never knew in 2025 that these things would be happening. They got robots, you know what I'm saying,
right.
doing everything, cooking food, driving. Now you got robots driving
a lot of it.
A lot of
it. Amazon,
they're doing it now for real.
Yeah.
It's real. It's been real. You know.
Yeah.
That's new society.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Forever Grateful
Forever.
Let's get into that. And that's happening, obviously, March 15th.
March 15th.
So let's talk about it.
Forever Grateful was, the name. I had fashion shows come out called Forever Grateful. Fashion shows. And God allowed me to attach that to the award show. And I had to really make promises to God that I thought this award show, I would be fair. I would do it without votes. I would be able to really, really be honest and real about it. Because if I didn't do it, I had people I would have picked. That's the only thing that stopped me. This is why when, no shade to even the BET Awards. It's the reason why I don't care about being nominated in no award show, because I know for sure that these people going to pick who they want to win.
A lot of that do happen.
The reason why I say this, because without God, I would have did it.
Of course.
I was ready to do it without God. So I had to get on my knees, and my little brother, I had to get on my knees and talk to God about it, pray about it. And he gave me this Forever Grateful Awards to allow me to be able to show the people that been working hard, that have been counted out or just been hard working, be able to put them in the right categories and get them a shot to let the people do the vote. And
you changing Chicago all around. You literally changing the whole dynamic. Because one thing I saw that no award show has done in Chicago, so we got to shout out. Your nominees have pictures.
Yes.
So it's not just their name, because people don't know. But when you see their picture, it makes you even think like, who is this? Who is this? So bingo. Nobody has done that. You already set the trend. So we got a trend. We got a trendsetter in the building, y'all. We literally have a trendsetter in the building.
And even him selecting community people, selecting the barbers, and because the barbershop is important to me. Like
you got to keep your image. Yes, nail tags. All that.
He's really tapping into the people that works hard, and hopefully next year, you all, James Samuel is going to be on there. He does skits. I'm saying this because this young man, I told him it's his birthday, and I said, I was telling him he does skits, he does podcasts, and he writes it and puts it out. It's not just those same ones. So I told the world, and I said I was going to say this because I felt to say that they need to recognize this young man, and hopefully we're going to invite him on the show pretty soon. I'm saying this because this young man, I told him it's his birthday, and I said I was telling him he does skits, he does podcasts, and he writes it and puts it out. It's not just those same ones. So I told the world, and I said I was gonna say this because I felt to say that they need to recognize this young man, and hopefully we're gonna invite him on the show pretty soon. James Samuel.
James Samuel.
Go and follow him on Facebook. But I tell you, he keep popping out contents and skits and then podcasts, and it's quality work. And then also he's an actor. He does him and this lady, they both crackheads, and they be going up to the window. So they even go to like comedy clubs and do their skits and stuff together.
This gotta be interesting. Now I gotta follow.
Yes, y'all follow James Samuel, y'all. So y'all follow him, and then I want to definitely push that brother out there. Other people like that. I'm looking for Mocha Brown. She's the #1 supporter. She's voted 1,000 times. I know she just voted for me 100 times.
What's her name?
Mocha Brown.
Is that the one who keeps sharing that?
Yeah.
You know what? Big shout out to Big Mocha Brown, and big shout out to what's his name, Don Walker. He said he put in his comment. He said she needs to be nominated for something.
Yes.
He didn't know what it was. He said she's sharing it so much.
Yes, she is. Every day.
I felt it funny and I felt it real because he said she needs to be nominated for something. He didn't know what it was. He said for something. And it was like her support.
Yes.
And he got in a comment. He said she should be nominated for something.
She's definitely number one.
And I think it should be promoted.
So let's talk to the viewers. Tell them what can they expect at the Forever Grateful Awards. Talk to them.
Okay, I love that. You can expect. First of all, you can expect real votes.
Yes.
Real votes. You can expect amazing performance.
Yes.
We got some good. We got that. You know. And I love what she said. Go on, say it again.
I know he did already because he tries to remember everything, and I know he do a lot. So we got the vendors, we got the food. The food sold out last year. So y'all come in, and let me tell y'all, people came early. I was there at 4, and a few of the artists was there early. They flew in. So y'all come in. The red carpet is from 6 to 7, and the show is from.
Y'all gotta get tickets. So make sure y'all get tickets. Eventbrite. Forever Grateful Award.
And you can expect it to be forever grateful. You can expect peace. You can expect amazing people that support each other. You can expect amazing performers out of these artists that's getting on that stage because we gotta select and we
performing.
I'm gonna be performing too. So we gotta select.
All right. We gotta listen. Okay, so we got so much going on. And I love it.
And also, it's so much going on. You can expect peace. You can expect networking.
Yes.
You can expect talent. You can expect just God in that building.
God is in the building.
Because once you walk, if you was evil when you came to the door, once you come through the door, that spirit gonna welcome. So you can expect, and you can expect great results.
We're gonna open it up with prayer.
Yes, we're gonna open it up with prayer.
They don't be doing, but this show is gonna open up
That's
with
what I
prayer.
said. It's definitely changing the dynamic of Chicago.
She's gonna bring the spirit of God in there first. That's what we're gonna bring God and everything under there.
Amen.
So shout out to CEO Yo.
Big shout out to CEO Yo. She nominated about 2-3 times.
Yes.
And you know,
and she deserves it.
And you might expect a husband or wife. Because there's some people probably be because that place you can expect if you're single. If you're single when you ain't got your guards up, ladies. You ain't got your guards all up ready to fight. You can expect a husband.
So let's talk about anything else you got going on besides the Forever Grateful Awards. You guys gotta come get your tickets. Eventbrite. Obviously, they got a lot going on. So let's talk about any other things you got going on.
We haven't spoke about my magazine.
Let's talk about the magazine.
This is my 7th magazine. It released in June. Sometime in June. We ain't got an exact date. But this magazine called The Reveal Magazine, it reveals entrepreneurs, business owners, artists, models. It reveals so many people that probably been downgraded or looked over. You know, we taking them to the sky with us. You know, we
you hear this?
We got some available pages.
Obviously.
We got pages available as well.
Look, you can go ahead and look up Born Rich Love on Facebook, Born Rich. What's the on?
Definitely shout out how they can follow you.
Yeah, because you can inbox them and ask them about the magazines and stuff like that. If you want to bring your business up to another level where people get to see you and the recognition, so you all make sure you all check out and get those magazines because it will boost your business.
Or reach out to any one of my teammates.
Any team. So let them know how they can follow you as well if you guys want to be involved with pretty much anything.
If you want bookings, you know, we got 102.3 FM every Thursday from that. And
oh, good God. Oh, good. Perfect person.
Yes.
And
I was excited about that. Born Rich, Stunner. Y'all want to get on 102. Now, you can't come on there cussing.
No, you can't.
It's an inspirational gospel radio station, but you can come on there and be inspired and inspire others. Tell us your story. Y'all make sure y'all come on book. And we also got intellectualradio.com. That's where you can get a little loose on there.
Yeah,
so you You all, we'll come when we bring that back. We had took a break, but
let's talk about the cars. Obviously, he sells cars, so
Yes.
let them know how they can reach you, or even where the car lot is if they want to purchase. It's tax season, so y'all get y'all money. Come on now, get these cars, affordable cars. Come on, talk about it.
Okay,
black businesses.
I'm gonna call on somebody created the car. I just brought them and I resold them. I ain't rebuild them and not like that. You know what I'm saying? But I would tell you that you purchase a car from me. You can expect a prayer over that car. You probably, and you can expect a good car. I don't want to sell no cars that people gonna come back.
Right.
And give me my money back or
reliable. That's the biggest thing. Reliable.
And like I told y'all earlier, and I'm just gonna make this quick. Yesterday I had to deal with a bipolar lady selling her car. And it took so much out of me just to keep my humbleness down because, when someone get the disrespecting you real bad, we still come from the west side of Chicago.
Like we still human, like we professional, but look, hey, don't take me there.
I live a real life. These cameras and all this stuff don't cover the man I am. This is real, the life I live. I am brought up off respect. And I think that everybody who respect each other should always give respect. Right. And I feel like I had to deal with so much with this woman and she ended up still buying a car. But I would tell y'all, just come respectfully buying it. If you don't want it, it's up to you not to get it. But I'm not trying to brass my whole life to you to buy it. All I can do is just tell you, hey, the devil might try to confuse you from getting this car. But I'm gonna keep telling you, you should get it.
Right.
And that's one thing about me. I know what the devil will do and I know what God will do. And it might sound like a bravo the way I was doing it because my business partner was like, get up out of here. She gotta go. And I was like, wait. We've been there 8 hours. Yeah. Let me stay patient. Let me take care of this. This is my client. Let me do this. Yeah. And I took care of the business. She ended up purchasing a car and sending the rest of the money today that she brought it yesterday. Awesome. It worked out.
Yes. See?
But my whole thing is because there's somebody out there needs to learn how to be humble
and be patient.
And if I don't get these real stories, I feel like I'm just going through it. Seeing it and when I could be giving it, being honest and stop, not trying to be so professional, but trying to be who I am as a man. Person. Because I am professional. It's just gonna come out real. I'm not finna never disrespect no one or nothing like that. But I would give stories where someone can learn from. Yeah. Like stay humble.
That's the second time I
hear that. Stay humble. We gotta capitalize that. Stay humble.
And I've seen him in other situations with a man, because men challenge men, and he really was patient and really tried to talk it out. And I was like, "Ooh, I hope it don't come to
But she's saying that.
But he really handled that with grace.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I love that she brought it up, right? And this can help other men, right? Yeah. I had a guy, because sometimes in this industry, they don't know who you really is, right? So we goes off into hit one of his shows, and he's getting jealous because what we doing on our show, it was a award show, you know what I'm saying? So he's talking, and the liquor kicking in. I got people that drunk uncles, I got drunk people that's around me, and they don't know, I'm smelling liquor, I'm seeing how he acting. And I'm looking at him like, it's more of a, you disrespecting me in front of all these people. Right. And you might make them feel like they able to do that. So I said, he was talking. He ended up calling me out my name and them, but he was like, I'm better than you. I can do everything better than you. This man, look, this man don't even know me, right? He say he better than me just off watching me, right? So they see this. I say, man, come on, let me holler at you in the back. You know what I'm saying? And man to man. Now I get him in the back. And we talking. I said, what's all the commodity for? What you talking about? Man, I respect you. I said, oh, okay. I said, now look, why all that? Why you saying all this and doing all this? You need to drink water. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You need to calm the liquor down and drink water. And And I think from that day, me and him started respecting each other.
Yeah.
Because pulling them to the back was.
And that was big of you because not many people have that kind of patience.
Yeah,
Some people don't have that patience.
See, going to the back shows like now what you really on. You know
of
what I'm saying?
course. Like who you talking to? Like,
because at the end of the day, I went to Golden Dawn. I know how to box real good. So at the end of the day, I ain't thinking about killing them.
Right.
But I just, me personally, even if I gotta shove you up a little bit in that back, nobody able to see that. You know, let's see. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
That's why I was like,
I'm trying to do the right thing. Let me pull you over here. Hey.
Because you know me from the industry. You don't really know who I am as a man. I'm a man of respect, and I think like. Yo,
you handle it.
I think that because they was there.
Like a man.
Her first lady trying to call me like, hey, Rich, I love how you handle that. Because at the end of the day, like, instead of me, because I know, like I had to see these things before to be peaceful.
Right.
I seen a drunkie. The Bible speaks of a drunkie. So if I'm gonna study God, I'm gonna study how to move. So the Bible said, don't get drunk. Don't be a drunkie, because drunkies forget things.
Y'all listening? I hope this is clear, because we got
to highlight this. A drunkie don't know what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? A drunkie is, okay, if you sipping, not to be drunk, you drunk a little wine or you sipping, you cool. Know your limit. But if you become a drunkie, right? Because if you keep going, you're going to become a drunkie.
Yeah.
And a drunkie going to forget things. This is why a lot of guys, a lot of women make mistakes and they dress was raised up or they pants was raised down or their shoes was took off and they was drunk and end up in a Dura house and woke up and said, what the hell I am?
Right.
You know, how my friends at who I came with, how y'all leave me? Oh, girl, you choose to go with them. They don't know what happened. So me going through all these things from the streets in the hood, I was able to see guys in the industry and look at these guys like, okay, man, you stick to what you do, because you don't do this. No, I'm just saying respectfully, like you stick to what you do. I watch you go to school. I watch you be educated on what you do, media school and all that. Stick to that and teach that. Don't come barking on my tree like coming at me, a humble guy that ain't bothering nobody, making noise with me because of my success, thinking I'm just an easy fry. So I just wanted to pull them to the side, and I think a lot of people missing that. They pull out a gun and start shooting in front of everybody. Yeah. They start fighting in front of everybody. If you a man that's being disrespectful, you a man, because you are a man, right? Let's go holler like men. Let's go behind the curtains. Let's go all the way in the back. And this is why I took them. That's why they was like, what's going on? I was like, y'all
speaking that.
I was like, y'all good. I'm still a man of God, but I'm a humble man, but I still came from the west side of Chicago.
Exactly.
So let me holler at you in the back. And we hollered in the back, and it wasn't
like,
none
which
of the
one
stuff.
do you want to see? Because look, I'm trying to be humble, but look, I'm still, hey.
Because it's in me. I mean, at the end of the day, like, what I mean by that is, I got God's strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a deep strength to deal with certain things.
Because
a lot of people, they react off emotion. Even men got emotions and they react. That's why they quick to grab a gun and everything else. Your emotions, you let it get to you, and it's good that you can. You know how to tone it. Yeah.
He tried to sit up and tell me he's better than me, but you don't know me. So you telling me you better than me? You never had a wife over 10 years. That right there shows better. I've been married for over 10 years. You better than me? That right there shuts you down.
And not only that, y'all been together since top. They've been knowing each other since top.
And I seen the liquor, the humbleness. I seen the devil coming out of him because of jealousy. Like, nigga, I've been doing this a long time, but you just came in and took it over. And I'm looking at him like, man, the best thing we can do is work together. Because now what you doing and I'm doing, I have a different purpose and you have one. You skilled at what you do to give opportunities. I'm skilled at what I'm doing to save souls for God. Yeah. So we walk into two different lanes, but you don't understand it, but I understand it. So I'm gonna look at you, let you talk, but I'm gonna be a man about it because I have to be an example when people watching me.
And y'all hear this. Obviously,
stupid though. Yeah.
I got to be an example because if I handle things a certain way, people would do it. I had guys all around.
Yes, you did.
Security. They really security. They had
gas off the air.
They was prepared for whatever. But I would tell you, I told them don't do that. Don't, because y'all might prove a point in front of me, or not just proving a point, y'all love me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still showing me y'all down, but I already seen that y'all love me. But my whole thing is like, people, if you can handle a situation before it occurs, to shooting someone, or before you try to. Because look, the people you showing out in front of, they ain't gonna do 25 years with you.
Nope.
They ain't gonna sit in prison with you. But I guarantee you, you did in front of 25 people, 15 of them gonna testify against you in court.
Sure is.
So now you under the jail. You under the jail. All you known for is you did that day. Now the rest of your life you under the jail. So I learned from seeing these things, from being through them and learning how to deal with things. So behind the curtains, nobody know what happened. Just me and you. All my homies keep them in the front, because your guys, they really got cameras in their hand. My guys really like love me. You know what I'm saying? So let me holler at you back here and see what this really And I found out that it was really it was just a mutual competition. It was a little competition he felt. And
y'all hear the inspiration.
And
y'all see it. You see it.
I felt dominant.
Yeah.
So I'm more dominant than thinking about competition.
It was very mature.
So is Amazon the only way? Because I'm sure people gonna wonder.
No, I love that.
If it's not just Amazon, how can they purchase Surviving Through the Storm?
I'm gonna tell you like this. You can I wanted to say you can call me too and get it. But you go to Walmart.com and get it as well.
Walmart.
It's sold out on Amazon. Amazon reached out to me and they was like, Rich, we have no more copies we can make for this book. And if you go to Amazon right now and try to purchase it, it'll say sold out. So the Amazon book, they sold out. Over 1,000 and some copies have been sold. It's been a very successful book, but I know anything you put your heart into, you put God into, and you put your God first, and you give the truth of how to become a man, and not try to be so perfect, okay? Because it was like, trying to be so perfect is like, why you on this earth?
Right.
Who you gonna glorify being perfect? You know, who you trying to prove to being perfect? Because at the end of the day, God had put us on this earth for a reason. He's the creator. He said, I would never leave you or forsake you. And he told me in the spirit what he mean by that. He said, I put you on the land to do my work, and I will always be with you. No matter what you go through, I'll always be with you and let nothing happen to you. So you might think you're going through the worstest things. That's just the enemy trying to trick your mind and make you feel like nobody with you.
So any closing words you want to give the viewers?
Before I close, I want to definitely tell y'all to come and shop with me too.
That's a
You see it. You see it.
BORNRICH apparel. I'm sorry, where you going?
No, I was gonna say that before. Yeah, cause he has socks, hats, dresses, shoes. He will match your shoes with your sweater.
So I'm sure the viewers are gonna want to know how can they purchase. You have a store? Is it online? So they know how can they purchase BORNRICH apparel. Obviously.
Okay, so I had a boutique on Roosevelt and Des Plaines. Right now, it's currently getting worked on. We making it bigger.
Okay.
Because it was a little smaller when we got it. So I would say right now, just go to www.bornrichapparel.com and just make a purchase of whatever you want. You know, we got overnight shipment, everything. Everything. And even if you don't see the colors, because there was only a select of colors we got online, reach out to me, BORNRICH Love on Facebook, BORNRICH 1S on Instagram, and just send a shoe and say, hey, match it. You know, I ain't arrogant. We ship it right out.
And don't forget Miss OVITA. You gotta follow her. Let them know how they can follow you as well.
So many great people.
Okay, yes. Y'all can follow
Vita. Y'all hit Vita. Vita, please.
Yes.
Look, you ain't gotta go through Rich. Go through Vita. Because you might get on there and Vita gonna get you right. She said Rich do it, I'm with it.
Yeah.
I know she ain't gonna say no anything.
Y'all can follow me OVITA on Facebook and Brown Sugar 19358 on Instagram, because I'm just that sweet. That was my song. He made that song for me.
That's my
One more thing, of course, any shout outs?
Oh, I love that. Definitely want to give a big shout out to my Father God.
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for our sins and went to hell for us.
Yes, amen.
I want to give a big shout out to the Holy Spirit that taught me, that lead me and guide me. I want to give a big shout out to my wife, my kids,
the wifey,
and everybody who played a part with just helping me, even if you just listening to me. I go on and on with the list because I always start somebody and I forget. I don't want to say nobody else.
Just everybody.
I did this at the Ward. I started.
So
They said who gonna perform. I started saying names and then I couldn't name everybody. You know, so I want to start just naming other people, but I want to say Shout out to everybody, and shout out to DS who played a big part in writing.
Big shout out.
Sanders.
Surviving through the storm, y'all.
Our show is every Sunday at 9 a.m.
Y'all check out Danielle Sanders on My Radio Chicago every Sunday at what time?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. And
If you know her social media, let them know how they can follow her too. Just
I know
in case.
Danielle Sanders on Facebook.
All right. All right. Well, we thank you. It was a whole vibe.
Yeah.
You know, we appreciate your inspiration, obviously, the words you obviously give men and everybody who's tuning in, who's listening. We thank you. We thank you, Avita. Obviously, we love you. And get ready for more greatness,
Thank you
y'all.
for having us. Thank you for all these amazing voices as well.
Yes.
And, before we leave out, I want to just tell y'all, be leaders and don't be followers. Followers, it's a trend. You might want to follow your daddy being a killer back in the day. You might want to follow your uncle being a suicidal or whatever. You know, I would tell you to follow Jesus.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you one thing. If you follow Jesus, even if you make mistakes, the Bible says a wise man will fall 7 times and get back up. Because I would tell you, even if you make mistakes, following Jesus, getting baptized, and just want to change, that God will still be with you. He'll never leave you, forsake you. Your friends might leave you.
Yes.
The people you grew up with might hurt you. Your ex-girlfriend might find a new boyfriend with a better car. But God will never leave you.
Never.
So just make sure you stay connected and be ready for change. Because I ain't like a lot of people ask me this question. They say you grew up in church. I've been there off and on when I was younger. But and I remember us living in the church before when our lights got cut off. But I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't learn how to live, like I didn't study and learn God until I got older to be able to see,
Understanding.
you know, able to see the things I had to face. Hey, God protect me through all this. Understand and brought that. So I will, before we leave the show, I definitely want to tell some people it ain't too late to change.
Yeah. And
I love that.
One thing I heard today, then we're going to get, it's never a right way to do wrong. I thought that was, if my niece graduated, hey niece,
Shout out to
today.
Repeat that again, because I like that.
Yes, it was
Repeat
a quote. I said, I got to take it. It's never a right way to do wrong. It's never
That's
a right way to
deep.
do wrong.
That is so deep.
I got to share that because that I said, ooh.
Because wrong is already on it.
Yes, it's
You know what I'm saying?
because we try to justify.
And your niece
stuff.
said that? That's her.
She had, you know, they had them on the screen and they had their little quotes. Each student had a quote, and I said, "Wow, these young people." I said, because
She had a quote like that too.
a quote.
That
It
was
on
powerful.
each student had beautiful quotes, and it's never right because we try to justify things.
Right.
It's no reason to do wrong. Get it together, heal, grow, do better. It's
Growth
never
that
no.
deeper. I love
it's
that.
never reason.
I love that.
Yeah.
So still, stop walking in Walmart, walking out, and thinking you do it right. Stop going to your grandma's house still and wondering why you on a porn and can't get in the house. Slow it down a little bit, y'all. Everything will be alright. If you can't get it right, keep praying.
Right.
God has sent somebody in your life to help you. You don't even know. God, I'm gonna tell you a quick story because it's crazy that she said that. I gotta say this. God have used me to take a shirt off my back when my wife was with me. He tested me. He put it in the spirit. He said, take your coat off, your jacket off, and give it to that man. I went off with no shirt and a pellet jacket and gave it to a homeless man. I seen, that was from the spirit. I seen him 3 days later. I said, man, what you do with that pellet coat? I said, why you got that pellet coat on? First day he came to me as the nigga sold it. I'm sorry for saying the nigga, but the man sold it. And you know, my thing was being obedient.
Right.
See, God, he'll test you and see, do you hit?
And it's good that you mentioned that you listen to God. Some people do not listen. But you gotta have that spirit in you, like you said. You gotta have the spirit in you and know when to listen. You obviously knew. You heard the Holy Spirit telling you. You heard God's voice. Hey, give this. Some people don't listen to God. That's why they fail at a lot of things. Because you ain't listening to God. God's telling you. He's telling you.
And this ain't no
you
first man, second man. You gotta know God's voice.
Yeah. Hey, Uncle.
You know what they say? First thought is what? God, right?
Yeah.
God's talking to you. He's talking to you first. That's the first voice. So always listen to that. And it's good that
If you know God, because if your first man tells you jump off, because I'm telling you,
That is true. You gotta know God.
You gotta know know God and be able to, sense what's right and wrong, because your mind will tell you anything.
True. That
God
is true.
said your thoughts run your life.
Yeah, that is true.
Gotta be careful what come in your mind.
God gonna tell you right. When you know it's something good and it's something helpful, you know it's of God.
Yeah,
Don't go out there listening to crazy, because sometimes our mentality ain't right. A lot of mental illnesses and everything else. So no, we're not.
You're right. Just know what's right when you hear it.
Right. Yes.
And that is finding God.
Be wise. Well, thank y'all again. It was a pleasure having y'all, and always a vibe.
It was a pleasure being here.
So get ready, y'all. The awards, Forever Grateful Awards, surviving through the storm. Walmart,
sold out.
Amazon sold out, but it's gonna be more. So definitely,
they can still vote. March the 2nd is the end. Y'all go ahead and vote for OVITA for
yes.
of the year.
Yeah, and go vote OVITA.
Angie, hottest model of the year. So definitely, y'all. But don't forget the book. Yes, because he got an amazing story. Amazing
I
story.
will have more books available one day. They sold out on Amazon right now. So
it's gonna be more, y'all. Yep. Keep it tuned.
And keep God first. And no matter what nobody tell you, you can't be. I promise you, if you keep going and keep bettering yourself, sometimes it take jail, sometimes it take something to happen. But I'm telling you, before any of that, slow it down a little bit and just try to figure out what's right, because you might in a position you in because you're doing something wrong. Everybody be saying it's your time. Your time's look. God said your thoughts run your life. Mm-hmm. Jesus ain't running your life. God ain't running your life. They did what they did already and did for us as a people. And it's up to you to find the word and find out what's right and what's wrong. Let's go off one scripture. Your thoughts run your life. Let's run off that. Your thoughts run your life. So people that's watching, what you thinking right now? People that's listening, what you thinking right now, okay? So you already got your thought made up what you're going to do when you leave your job. You know you're going to go to KFC. You know you're going to go, that's a mindset. Now, what if you say, hey, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to eat healthy. You tell your mind what to do sometimes. Because if your thoughts run your life and your mind can tell you anything, because the devil tested Jesus with a thought. So you got to be able to understand your thoughts runs your life. Be careful what you think. So it's a person watching me right now thinking some type of way. But I'm going to tell you right now, listen to me closely. Find God and put God first. And don't do what you're going to do. Don't go out and starve girl because you stayed out all night. I'm telling you, don't go out here trying to go rob them boys or trying to go to a store. I'm just saying, trying to go to a store and steal something, you're going to keep getting away with it. I'm going to tell you something. If your thoughts run your life, your thoughts is a terrible thing to waste. I wrote a book. I got a book out with thoughts. I got 7 magazines out. I got 2 Forever Grateful shows out. Very successful in the clothing line, made over $500,000. And my clothing line had a gambling habit. Talks about that. I don't want to go too deep. But I have so many other things I got my hands on that I don't talk about, but it started with a thought. So if you waste your thought, you think...
And positive thoughts. Remember that, and he's got God in you. That's important. You got to have God in you, because if you don't...
Y'all can think
your mind can trigger you if you don't. So make sure y'all listening to this real deep, and make sure y'all get that book. That's important. Definitely get the book.
I can't think past a cigarette without God. My own understanding was that it was a street understanding. Right. See, when I found God, he shot me over all the schools I can go to, all the judges. I know I can be a lawyer right now, but I'm just saying from the Holy Spirit. So I want to just tell y'all, just keep going. Don't stop. And believe to receive.
Keep on going.
And don't waste your mind. Don't waste your mind.
This was a great show.
Yes. You all are welcome.
Great.
God bless y'all.
Yes. Okay, I can stop the camera.
Yeah, we're
Street.